Hey, it's Dave with Exploring.com, and today we're making a movie. I'm in the studio, and I'm gonna call it a studio. I'll do another tutorial someday. This is what I use for any of the shots where you see me talking to you. I'll do another tutorial at some point about the different lighting setup that I have in here. But I'm gonna leave this camera running the whole time I'm making this video, and we'll see how it goes. You know, the idea is to have this. It's a horror movie, it's Halloween. I don't have any cash for any like on-set stuff, or I don't have any more cash to hire any actors or any of that stuff. So until this channel takes off, this is the kind of content I'm gonna have to create for a little while. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm sorry, I was talking about what it is. The movie is about this astronaut it's supposed to be a horror movie. It's Halloween coming up. The movie is about this astronaut that is stuck in space. Like, he got separated from his crew, and like nobody has any idea where he's at or which direction he went. He's just floating aimlessly in space. So I'm switching out the tripod head right now. I'm switching from the fluid head to this pistol grip because I don't need any movement on my shot. So I'm going to leave the fluid head here. And this tripod I'm using is a good old trusty bulletproof ProMaster 6600 giant ass tripod from like way back in the day. I don't take it with me to a lot of places because it's heavy. It's super heavy. Alright, and so how I'm going to make this, I'm going to add in some After Effects stuff and different things, but I'm going to expose this. I'm not going to turn any other lights on. Eventually I'm going to turn this overhead light off too, so you won't really get a great shot, a great view of what I'm doing, but the only illumination is going to be from the iPad or from the laptop screen. And that's what's going to light my face. I don't want any light in the background. I need that totally black. I'm wearing a black shirt. All I want is a floating head. That's it. And then I'll zoom in and I'll add some After Effects that make it look like we're in space after the thing. So it's supposed to be a drama. It's supposed to be a slow burn, kind of like AMC stuff. And it's just supposed to be kind of a monologue to see if I can actually act. And then if this goes well, you know, maybe I can be Wolverine. We'll see though. Either way, I am recording this whole process so that if it does have any kind of success, look, something that I do is going to blow up eventually. Like, I have 100% faith in that. And whether it's this one or the next thing I try or the next thing I try or the next thing I try, I'm never ever gonna quit. So here's some advice for anybody that wants to make a movie. If somebody has told you you can't make a movie, tell them to go fuck themselves and go make your fucking movie. Or here's the clean version of that. If somebody has told you you can't make a movie, tell them you're gonna make a movie, and then go make the movie. Look it up. You're on YouTube already. There's a million different things you can do. There's a million different script writing tutorials. There's a million different planning, location planning tutorials. There's a million different ways. There's a million different things for inspiration if you get stuck. If you want to make a movie, go make a movie. Anyways, and then from there, you know, if it becomes successful, if it fails, no matter what, you still made your movie. So if you want to be a Hollywood actor, go be a Hollywood actor. You want to make indie films? Make an indie film. You want to make shorts? Make shorts. You want to make your YouTube films? Make your YouTube films. No matter what you want to do, if somebody has told you that you can't do it, tell them to go fuck themselves and go do it. Anyways, that's my inspirational moment. Alright, so we're going to mount our camera here to the tripod. I only have the one wide angle lens, and that's fine by me for now. Usually I would have this plugged in, which would make for a little bit more sense, but this battery's at 100. I just got the camera. I'm going to test it and see how it goes. This could be tough to expose though, because I don't have a remote and I'm going to have to just lean over the table. So I'm going to turn the laptop on. It's not a MacBook Pro, it's a wearingmedia.com Pro. wearingmedia.com Pro. Anyways, so this is going to be the only source of light. Again, I'm going to have it a little bit down. the idea is that the guy is floating in space, and this is the final 5 minutes of his life. So he's a science guy. He's an astronaut. He's up there in space, and he's trying to just kind of like come to grips with this reality that his crew isn't coming for him. That he is just done. Like, you know, he's done, and this is him just accepting his fate and just kind of like. And it's supposed to be a horror film, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's gonna be cool, but you know, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think it was gonna be cool. All right, so this is gonna be interesting because, like I said, the only light is coming off of here. So I'm gonna use this as a reference point also for. I might have to raise that up, but I can get to everything from here. I'm going to use this, and I have the pistol grip over there. I'm going to use this as a reference point for my notes. I'm going to just use like Sublime Text or some kind of text editor that has a white background. I know a lot of people hate those text editors with white backgrounds, but I can't use the text editors with dark backgrounds. It like gives me ghost vision for some weird reason. I might be the only web developer in the history of the world that has ever used a white background to code. But I'm not like a full stack developer, so that's probably why. A lot of the stuff I do is like front end, HTML, CSS, jQuery, JavaScript, you know, sales stuff. And I'm not really like a full stack backend developer. I can get into PHP. I can do things like that, but yeah, so Control New. All right, so I'm gonna leave Sublime Text up here. I'm gonna turn the brightness up on my camera, or on my laptop here. And this is supposed to be the only light that I have, the only light source. I don't even want any light back there, but I'm in a dark enough room. If I had full complete control over this, I would, but I can't do it because of the kid, and I want to be talking while he's sleeping because this room is right next to his. If I had full control over this, I would have this room completely pitch black and just use this light right here. But I'm going to expose the camera properly, and then later on when I get into editing, when I get into After Effects and Premiere Pro, I'll take the shadows and just like bump them high, and you know, we'll try and get the blacks of these Sony cameras. They kind of crush the blacks a little bit to me sometimes, so I have my color profiles all set up. I've got my LUTs that I made for this particular studio, and we're gonna roll with it. Let's see how it goes. All right, so what's the first thing that we wanted to talk about? He's gonna wake up. He's gonna talk about his situation. And then the other thing with Sublime Text is you can increase the size of the text. So I'm gonna like make this text huge so I can read it. He's gonna come to grips with the fact that his crew probably can't find him. He's gonna talk about the gear that's on his suit and what still works and what isn't. Talk about gear that still works and what doesn't work anymore. And then from there, he's going to talk about his crew. I don't know if I can spitball a story. It'd be like, one time, Danny got so mad at me because he was trying to grow basil. He wanted to see if basil would grow in space. Who doesn't want to see if basil will grow in space? He got so mad at me that I accidentally screwed up his project. I tried to help him fix it, but no, see, that makes my character look like an asshole. I don't want to do that. That would be very hard for me to do, so I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna have him talk about his crew though, and how his crew, and he'll be like, I know they're great people though, and if there's a way for them to find me, they will. Okay. His crew will find him if there is a way. for it to happen. Now, at some point, I want him to be like emotional. I want him to be sad. I want him to finally just be like, I miss my mom. Not my mom. I miss my wife and kids so much. I miss my wife and kids so much. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cry, but this is gonna be interesting. I'm trying to test range. So I don't know if I have any kind of range or not. I've never done this before. I'm so excited. I've always wanted to be an actor, and I've never done acting. So the fact that I'm sitting here writing a script and making a movie about making a movie is fucking cool as shit to me. So this is gonna be like a big. I want to see if I can cry. I want to see if I can get angry. I want to see if I can be happy. Like, I want to see if I can spitball. Like, I want to see what my limits are for ad-libbing. I want to know all about this. Like, this could be really, really fun, or it could just be a giant disaster. And I could have to, like, end up not quitting my day job. All right. He needs to talk about his family, how his wife would be so mad at him every time he would channel. Every time he would. Okay, so this just says he needs to talk about his family and has made this up, and he needs to talk because I'm a good chef. I'm actually a really good chef. Have you seen The Outdoor Kitchen? Anybody? Man, how good is that channel? Please like and subscribe. So this line says he needs to talk about his family and how his wife would get so mad at him every time he would burn the food on like what kind of let's get more specific here. He would every time that he would end up burning like some chicken, burn the mahi. I'm gonna say salmon because I like salmon and that'll resonate with me a little bit easier. So, and how his wife, so he's gonna talk about his family now. He's talking about how his wife would get so angry with him every time he would burn the salmon on the grill. Or how she would look at the kids with this amazing, surreal, stoic happiness. It was like she had everything she ever wanted. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so I just said in this line, he's talking about his family, he's talking about his kids, and then how his wife would get so mad at him. She would get so mad at me every time I would burn the salmon on the grill. Or like how she would look at the kids with this amazing, amazing, surreal, stoic look of just pure and utter happiness. Okay, so here's the other deal too. With this shot, I'm gonna try and make it so that I don't move my head at all. That's gonna help me when I edit this, because there's gonna be some screw ups. I'd love to do one take, but if I can't do one take, I'm gonna try and make it look like there's one take. So I have to figure out, do I want to sit like this? I think I'm gonna sit like this because it's easier for me to just maintain stillness that way and not move. We'll try that. I also was getting some emails here. I'm going to turn my phone off so I don't have to worry about that. Well, look, even if you were doing this with like an iPhone, even if that's all you had, you could still pull this off. Like, you just have to get creative. Come up with a story first. Like, come up with an idea for a story and then write 5 more, you know? And then from there, just go. But like an iPhone, you can use that too and just use that for light. All right, so all I'm trying to say is that if you want to make a film, where there's a will, there's a way, and whether or not it's good, that's up to you. How much time you want to put into it, and if you want to make more and make them phenomenal, that's up to you also. So with this tanks, I'll make another one. This is the first one I get to make. I'm so excited about it though. Oh, so that's another thing. For audio like that, I have air conditioning right next to the mic, and that's upstairs. That's the condenser kicking on. You can gate that. So I'll do that when I start doing the audio here on the camera, but before you talk, and you have to have a bunch of silence, and then you gate that. So if you can record that sound by itself, you can gate that out of your audio, and you can get away with it. It's not 100% professional. It's not perfect. You know, it's not a studio setting where action, you know, like lights, camera, action, like let's make everything perfect. But that's indie filmmaking, right? So if you want that sound, that I know, I wonder if you can hear it on that video. If you want that to be gone, you can gate that. Just record the audio when it kicks on. You know, have some patience, record that sound, and then within Adobe Audition, just use that as a noise profile, and you can gate that, or whatever your program is, Audacity or whatever you're using. Just look into it's not amplitude, it's just called like audio gating, noise reduction, anything like that. So I was moving over here, and like I was writing this, it was like she had everything she ever wanted all right in front of her, and her life was complete. But I was so unhappy. Like I was always looking for more. You know, I'm gonna put this in here. It's not that I didn't love her. It's not that I wanted to leave her. Not that I wanted to leave her or them. I just needed to know what was out there. I needed to help humanity. I needed to help us expand. I needed it. It was all so far away from what she needed. I love those kids though. They're the greatest thing that ever happened to me. If I could tell either one of them anything right now, it would be to just do what you want. See? That's not bad. I can cry on command. This is gonna be interesting, man. I'm either gonna be good or this is gonna suck. Alright, so I'm going to speed through the rest of this so that you can kind of get a cliffhanger, continue watching if you want. Man, I actually did make myself cry. That was very interesting. I didn't know I could do that either. This is crazy, dude. Alright, I love these kids. They're the greatest. Alright, so I always got to move in how I sound. Can't even move my arms. Okay, so the hardest part for me while I'm doing this is going to be to stick to this script, because I think I'm going to try and like ad-lib some things, and I don't want to do that. I want to just continue on with these things, and I don't want to go off on tangents. And I've been finding myself, this is going to be a good exercise for me to improve my studio recordings as well, because I've been finding myself going off on tangents, and I have to like spend too much time editing the video to get it back in line. I'm taking clips from down here on the timeline when I should have just been able to say the whole thing. So hopefully this will help me do that also. It'd be a good exercise for that. I'm getting weak. I can't even move my arms. Oh, this is what I was trying to say. Like, the hardest part about all of this is that I can't touch my face anymore. Ooh, that's interesting, right? Because he can't move his arms, so he can't like, and he's in a glass thing. Like, I'm gonna try and add the After Effects look, so there's like a, not like Iron Man where he's in this really cool UI thing, but like, you know, just a quick like glass. Like, I don't, the whole movie is just gonna be like from here. you know, and then we're gonna have a 16:9, so there's gonna be like, I'm gonna try and add some effects here. I'm gonna try and put like the face in. I'm gonna try and rotoscope it and put the face like in like an astronaut kind of thing, and like I want the stars to be slowly turning around him, and I want the sun to kind of like appear every once in a while and like throw some, you know, and we'll add music and we'll do all that kind of stuff. So getting ahead of myself. The hardest part of all this is I can't touch my face anymore. This is interesting. Okay, so now at this point in the script, he's gonna start fading. Like he's gonna start, and I think when he dies, I'm just gonna make him like, just like that. Like I'm just gonna, I don't know. My wife says all the time that stuff on TV just doesn't look real when people, because she worked at in the hospitals for so long. So I'm going for a pretty surreal effect here. Like I don't know, the whole movie's about this guy dying. So we'll see. We'll see if I can pull it off at the end. Alright, so this is getting more interesting because when I first started this, I was just trying to write quick bullet points, but now I'm like writing a whole script, so it's gonna be tough too. I don't know like if I'll be able to read the script. So I'm gonna try and put the camera as close to the MacBook Pro as possible. Like if you were looking to do something like this, you could get away with like putting a lower chair here or whatever you wanted to do. But alright, so how can I wrap this up? All right, so he wakes up, starts talking about his situation. All right, I'm gonna have him fall asleep, and I'm gonna have him wake up one last time and just like die. Be like, I was hoping I would be asleep for this. This is amount of oxygen. I'm running low on oxygen. Food, I haven't eaten any food in me. So like, I don't know, what can we do? He's just like drifting off. Like, I don't want to do oxygen because like I feel like it's like I don't want this to be like Tony Stark dying or pretending to die before Captain Marvel comes to get him. Like, I don't want that. You know, but like they used a lot of good They used a lot of good script points for that. So, I'm gonna have him fall asleep and wake up one more time and have him be like, I was really hoping. And he's gonna be like slow on this one. He's gonna be like, I was really hoping to be asleep for this. I was really hoping to be asleep for this. I was hoping I would just drift off. We're gonna try that. Okay. Alright, here goes. I'm so nervous. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's turn this on. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit. This is hey man, this is the perils of having a no budget studio. I wanted this up a little more and this up, not down. I got it loosened. Okay, let's tighten that guy here. This also is a little bit funky. And do that. Usually, okay, so a tip, if you're filming by yourself, flip the pistol grip that way and mount the... But I didn't do that, so let's do it this way. This is fine. I want a little bit of a down angle. I think I want this a little bit higher for a more attractive look on my beautiful, beautiful busted face with crooked teeth and a busted nose. But I got a great personality. And I work out. Alright, if you can't poke fun of yourself, who can you poke fun of? Oh, crap. I hope I didn't put any smudges on there. Alright, I'm gonna have to increase. Let's put the ISO like way up on this guy. This camera is supposed to be especially good for low light, so I'm gonna try and do an auto. I don't know if it'll even find me though. So let's just go with like let's go with like 40. I'm gonna try like a 32,000. And look, I can do more takes on this. And I'm shooting 4K. Let me switch to 4K 24 because it's cinematic. Right now I'm at 30p. I'm gonna do 4K. We're gonna go 24 at 100 megabytes per second. So that means I can lower my shutter speed a little bit. So I'm at f11, which I don't want to be. So I want to shoot 1/50th, and I'm going to come down like way down. Oh yeah, okay. So now I'm going to go with like a 3.5, and because I did that ISO is like I can go way lower. So, and again, I want the light on my face. I'm going to be covering all that up. I probably could put this camera like in front of me on one of the smaller tripods. But it's fine. Let's just shoot it this way. I'm going to do a first take. We're going to see how it goes. And turn. Is it on movie? No. Okay, so if you put it on movie, it'll automatically find your face. I don't want what's happening here? Alright, so that's fine. And then I'm going to throw... I'm going to go into function on this. Alright, there we go. So I put it into auto exposure. I also need to hook this microphone up. And then once I get this loaded, we are going to, I can't stand that people put the microphone. If anybody's making a camera, the next person that makes a camera, this thing is absolutely amazing. It does phenomenal stuff. But the one pet peeve is that y'all keep putting the articulating screen on the same side as the stuff that needs to go. Like, there's got to be some reason why. Probably because of all these components over here. But y'all keep putting the microphone jacks next to the articulating screen, and it like blocks it. I haven't used this camera yet, so I'm trying to figure this stuff out. Anyways, how does this open? Ah, there we go. Okay, I like this though because this thing it's more like moisture proof. I guess is the best way to say it. It's not waterproof. I don't want to just leave it in the rain, and I'm not going to try it. I'm not trying to get those views, but I feel like if I left this out in the rain overnight, like I think it would still function just fine. Pretty watertight on a lot of things. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, that's a surreal, spooky, like, let's get like closer to the camera. That might be overexposed a little bit. I might have to turn on like the exposure count. So here's the deal too, I'm trying to like control this from here, and I like the lighting, I like the cool, like, I watched some videos earlier about how Hollywood does like the moon lighting effects, and this is a pretty good color glow. It's on manual focus though. That's not what I want. I want spot focus. Why is it on manual focus? Let me flip this guy around real quick. Function button. No. That's interesting. I wonder if it's metering. Anyways, why is it not finding my face? Focus mode. Manual. No. I want continuous autofocus. Alright, so I guess eye control. I need to figure out how human eye control works on this thing. Anyways, let me increase my, nope, not my shutter speed. I'm going to lower my ISO a little bit more. I think I can get away with like a 2000 on this bad boy. Or a 1600. God, these things like see in the dark now. That's crazy. I was thinking this would be all like, oh, that's cool. I was thinking this would be, that's a little too dark. I can increase the exposure in post, but I think I'm gonna go with like this. Oh, I like the way that looks. All right, so what should we call it? Drifting? The end? I don't know. What should we call it? It'd be interesting. Anyways, I like the lighting. It's really harsh on my face. It's not like a soft, like if I turn on like the soft beauty light, I feel like it would be better for me. But let me tone this down a little bit and see maybe if that'll. Yeah, that's cool. My hair's in there still. All right, I'm gonna roll with this, guys. So let's see if I can autofocus on me. And the face tracking like isn't on, but we're not trying to move the face anyway. So, okay, so this is, let's record. Boop. This is Drifting. Scene 1, take 1. Action. Ha! All right. I can't believe this happened. All right, cut. Let's start over. How did I start over here? I did a reference earlier, so hang on, I'm gonna keep all this recording. Let me see what I did here. I like the way I started on this last one I did.
It's day.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about what day it is. All right, here we go. Drifting. Scene 1, take 2. Action. So, it's, days. It's either day 4 or 5. Just drifting through this unexplainably awful void. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that my crew hasn't been able to find me. That must mean my location device is all messed up. And if that's the case, I'm gonna run out of oxygen. I haven't eaten in 4 days, 5 days. I'm just stuck, spinning in this void, seeing the sun go round and round. Can't look at it because the giant ball of energy is just burning my fucking eyes. I know my crew is looking for me. I know that if there was a way that they could find me, they would find me. I know it. I miss them, though. I miss my family even more. I miss my wife. Oh, she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. She used to get so mad at me when I would burn the chicken on the grill. She'd always say that I drank a little bit too much and that I needed to pay better attention to when I was cooking. She would always just look at the kids with this amazing, stoic happiness. It was just surreal. It was like she had everything she ever wanted. It was like everything was perfect for her. I guess except for the chicken. But I would always want more. I felt trapped. I had to do this. It's not like I wanted to get away from her. It's not like I wanted to leave them. I love them more than anything in the entire face of this god-awful blank fucking universe that I'm staring at. And if I can tell them anything right now, it would be that I love them. And I miss them so much. I cannot believe that I'm going to die in space, just floating around. Nobody here. Nothing around me. They don't even get a funeral. They don't get to see me one last time, say their goodbyes. If I could go and tell them one last thing, I would tell them I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they don't get to do that. I'm starting to feel very weak though. I can't move my arms. I can't move my legs. The hardest part about this whole thing is that I can't touch my face anymore. My eyes itch terribly, and all I can do is close them until the sensation is gone. It's the worst torture I have ever been through in my entire life. Not even anything to look at. You know, you hear about all these tragedies on TV. People get hit by cars. People murdered. People dying peacefully in their bed with their family surrounding them. I feel like they're all pretty lucky at this point. I was really hoping I would be asleep for this part. Okay. All right. Whew. That was crazy. I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna put it in post, and we're gonna see how it went. Whew. That was nuts, man. All right. Let's close this guy down here. Okay. I'll be back we might have to do more of this, but I'm gonna be back and I'll let you know how it goes. Or I just realized I'm gonna sit here and watch it on the laptop instead. Let's see how it looks. I guess this might be a boring part of the video for you because it's just me watching me. But I'm gonna move this back here. I am getting hungry too. What am I gonna eat today? There's some salmon down there I could eat, which I didn't burn because I'm a good cook. The Outdoor Kitchen. YouTube.com/C/The Outdoor Kitchen. Anyways, let's see how this works. Untitled. That's the name of the SD card. Let's go to DCIM. No, that's for pictures. Info. Alright. Usually I don't access anything from the SD card, but I feel like I can watch this real quick. This is Drifting. Scene 1, take 1. Action. Ha! Alright. Okay, so there's two things I'm noticing immediately. That hiss, do you hear that hiss? It's the connection. I don't know if this cord just might suck, or this microphone might, I don't know. The connection may not even be right. I do have this though, my better microphone. So I might end up using that one, because that's what I use for voiceover work anyways. I'm gonna try and pull this down and edit it, and we're gonna try and put it into Audition to see if I can gate the hiss. But usually when you have that much of a hiss, like garbage in, garbage out, right? Like I can fix it if I had to, I could fix it, but at the same time, garbage in, garbage out. And then you can always do take 2. I have the time today. So I might try with this, but I feel like I should do like a take 2 on all of that. And the other thing I noticed also is that with this light, my face is perfectly exposed. Like, this is actually really cool. This camera is fucking phenomenal. Like, that is awesome. It's so good, it's picking up the reflection of the laptop light in my eyes, which is really interesting to me. But I'm wondering if that ruins the effect. You know, like I'm trying to like have the stars floating around me, right? And I'm trying to have the sun back behind me. I guess I could put the sun in front of me, but then like the thing is as it's spinning, or as I'm spinning around, because anytime supposedly space, when you're up there, if there's no thrusters or whatever to keep you going, you just get into a spin, right? That's what the Earth is doing. We're just up there spinning in void. So I feel like I don't know. That might ruin the effect a little bit. Other than that, I'm thinking it's pretty good though. I like. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that my crew hasn't been able to find me. That must mean my location device is all messed up. And if that's the case, I'm gonna run on oxygen. I haven't eaten in 4 days, 5 days. just stuck, spinning in this void, seeing the sun go round and round. I can't look at it because the giant ball of energy is just burning my fucking eyes. I know my crew is looking for me. I know that if there was a way that they could find me, they would find me. I know it. I miss them, though. I miss my family even more. I miss my wife. Ah, she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. She used to get so mad at me when I would burn the chicken on the grill. She'd always say that I drank a little bit too much, and that I needed to pay better attention to when I was cooking. She would always just look at the kids with this amazing, stoic happiness. Okay, I'm happy with this take. I'm happy with my performance. I'm not happy with the audio. I'm gonna go try and gate it real quick, and I'm gonna see if it'll look any kind of good, or if it'll sound any kind of good. And then if I do come back up here and do another take, I'm gonna get the smaller tripod and just put that sucker like right here on the, way closer, like right here on my table. Because this is 4K and it does look amazing and it is phenomenal. Like, I cannot believe how good this camera is, though. This is the first time I'm using it. So I don't know though. Like, I want the shot to be that basically in a 16:9 format. So I might get that closer just to give me some extra room. Anyways, let's go put this down in the big computer, the editing computer. This old MacBook Pro, like, God, man, people that used to make those animated movies on these, like, back in the day, and it would take, like, you know, days to render, like, 2 or 3 frames, like, God bless you. God bless all of you, because we're so spoiled now. If we can't render our footage or watch it like in 100% feedback, playback, you know, resolution, we get all mad. So, like, that's crazy to me that this stuff happens so fast now. All right, I'm gonna go downstairs. Ooh, be careful. I should not have been so rough with my SD card, with my footage. Anyways, if that was a $400,000 day and somebody dropped an SD card in front, I don't even know if they use SD cards. Like, I don't think they do, but treat your film with respect. All right, let's go and throw this in my pocket and crush it. On my way down. Let's go see if we can gate this, and I'll be back. We'll start it again. Okay, so now that all of that is done and I've put it in post, I'm gonna give you guys a preview. This is the rough draft and what the very first concept was. And I just did quick little paint stripes, paintbrush strokes with Photoshop. I took the footage from our main camera here and I rotoed just the head, plucked it out. I found a picture online that I thought looked really cool, painted some shadows on it, and put it all together just as a quick concept just to see how it would look. And I was pretty impressed with it. Now, I know I can do better though. So, here's the rough draft. I will show you what it looked like. Usually I don't share that kind of stuff, but I'll do it because I love all of you and I want you to be inspired to make your own stuff. Here's the rough draft, and then when we come back, I'll show you what I'm gonna do to make the rough draft better. So, it's, what day is this one? It's either day 4 or 5. Just drifting through this unexplainably awful void. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that my crew hasn't been able to find me. That must mean my location device is all messed up. And if that's the case, I'm gonna run out of oxygen. I haven't eaten in 4 days, 5 days. I'm just stuck, spinning in this void, seeing the sun go round and round. I can't look at it because the giant ball of energy is just burning my fucking eyes. I know my crew is looking for me. I know that if there was a way they could find me, they would find me. I know it. I miss them, though. I miss my family even more. I miss my wife. God, she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. She used to get so mad at me when I would burn the chicken on the grill. She'd always say that I drank a little bit too much and that I needed to pay better attention to when I was cooking. She would always just look at the kids with this amazing, stoic happiness. It was just surreal. It was like she had everything she ever wanted. It was like everything was perfect for her. I guess except for the chicken. But I would always want more. I felt trapped. I had to do this. It's not like I wanted to get away from her. It's not like I wanted to leave them. I love them more than anything in the entire face of this god-awful blank fucking universe that I'm staring at. And if I could tell them anything right now, it would be that I love them. And I miss them so much. Cannot believe that I'm going to die in space, just floating around. Nobody here. Nothing around me. They don't even get a funeral. They don't get to see me one last time, say their goodbyes. If I could go and tell them one last thing, I would tell them I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they don't get to do that. I'm starting to feel very weak, though. I can't move my arms. I can't move my legs. The hardest part about this whole thing is that I can't touch my face anymore. My eyes itch terribly. And all I can do is close them until the sensation is gone. It's the worst torture I have ever been through in my entire life. Not even anything to look at. You know, you hear about all these tragedies on TV. People get hit by cars. People murdered. People dying peacefully in their bed with their family surrounding them. I feel like they're all pretty lucky at this point. I was really hoping I would be asleep for this part. All right, whew, that was crazy. I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna put it in post, and we're gonna see how it went. Whew, that was nuts, man. Huh? What did you think? What did you think? So I thought personally, I thought not bad. You know, I thought there's a lot to it, and I thought it could be way better. Like there's a lot of ideas that I have that I want to make it better. So first off, we're gonna start with the reason why I made some decisions. I don't have any money for any of this stuff. All I have is the stuff that's already here for the channel. So I had to get a still image off Photoshop. I don't have any Unity or, I don't even know what else they're using anymore. I don't have any experience with any of the advanced 3D motion software. All I know is Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop, the Adobe suite. So maybe what I'll do after I'm done with my final cut is I will see if there's anybody else out there that is interested in trying to take my footage and kind of use their skills and blend them all together with a collab. But I don't know, that's I don't want to like put words in anyone else's mouth. If you thought you could take that footage and do something better with it, please let me know, because really all I'm trying to do in this particular scene is see if I can act. There's a couple other things I want to do with it as well, and the final scene will be out, but I'm taking a little bit of costuming. I got this on Amazon for like $10, and then and then I have an old headset from when I used to play Call of Duty all the time back when in my younger days, when I had time to do that before my house became full of breastfeeding made simple and neonatal intensive care nursing books. This life is way more fulfilling though. I'm not talking any kind of trash about it. So here's my new costume. I mean, I think it looks kind of cool for an astronaut. Like, you know, we're using the image that you saw of the astronaut suit was one of the older astronaut suits. I don't know what they use them for spacewalks anymore. I'm not an astronomy guy. I'm not a space guy. I'm definitely not any kind of an aeronautical engineer. But I mean, I think this looks pretty cool for costuming. I also grew the stubble out a little bit. Haven't shaved in like 3 or 4 days, trying to, you know, just add to the effects. Everything we can to make it look better. The perspective, one of the other things I didn't like about the rough draft was the perspective of the spacesuit image was kind of more like at this angle, and the initial shot was more like eye level. So I'm gonna take the camera from eye level, I'm gonna move it up here and kind of like put it down a little bit so that it matches the perspective. And we're gonna match it all up. Oh, I'm also gonna switch the mic from this. This is like my field mic. This is what I use when I'm out recording all of my videos at Disney, at Universal, at SeaWorld, wherever we are. I'm gonna take that one and switch it over to this. I'm gonna take it out of the camera. Actually, I'm gonna leave the camera set up that way, and that'll help me sync up the audio, but I'm gonna use the voiceover mic that I bought like 2 or 3 years ago for a different project. So again, I'm just using everything I have around the house, and we're also gonna take, we need a little bit more elevation here, so I'm gonna take George R. Martin and try and jump off of his success. And we're gonna stick this here to give us more of a platform to work off of with our camera. So there we go. We're gonna shoot again. I'm gonna make a couple more edits to the script, and we're gonna record one more time. I think that this particular, I don't think I'm gonna do too much more. You know, like, hey, this is busted and that's cool. I might like kind of like leave it all wobbly woobly, because our main character is like he's been through some stuff, right? Like he's got separated from his crew. So I'm just kind of missing it up a little bit. I don't have any, if I had makeup or any of that kind of stuff, like I would paint on some blood or, you know, something, I don't know, anything like that. But anything that adds to just another layer of awesome to the whole video is really cool. So again, we're gonna work with what we have. I'm gonna tilt this down just a little bit so I get that perspective. And I'm gonna move this over just a smidge. we should be ready to record here. Oh, I also moved the camera a little bit closer to me because when I rotoed the face on After Effects, I rendered in 4K, but the shot was like there was like a ton of room. There's way too much room in between the bottom of the chin and the bottom of the frame and the top of the head and the top of the frame. So I'm just making the head bigger in the frame so we get more detail in the face. It's also interesting to me that I have this crazy awesome mirrorless which picks up every bit of detail and basically sees in the dark, and I'm just trashing all that. It's kind of like the people that buy like a brand new graphics card for their PC gaming and then all of a sudden they're playing like Stardew Valley. That's pretty much what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna go check myself out in the mirror real quick and then I'll be right back. Alright, so that's good to me. I passed it off this right side a little bit, so it looks like he got into an accident. And again, in the script, he's saying like, hey, I can't move my hands, I can't move my body anyways. The final thing I'm going to do as well is I'm going to have my wife come and do some voiceover work for me. And I'll have her do some things like warning. Or like she'll say something like, less than 1% battery remaining, turning to auxiliary power, or you know, something like that, so that we can get just another level, another layer. Like I said, just another layer of awesome adds to it all. So here we go. First, I'm going to go through the script. I'm going to edit a little bit more. I'm going to kind of rework some things, and then we will do another take and see how it looks. Okay, so right now I'm just saying like, so I still the same way. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I've got the, ooh. Now here's the real question. I have an orange shirt right there. Should I put that one on? And it fits. I'm gonna put the orange shirt on. Here, I'll show you. It's a Halloween shirt that I made. I think it'll be perfect for this. Because, look what it says on it. Joke's on you, I'm already dead inside. Which is funny to me because we're making a movie about this character dying. So I'm gonna switch to this shirt real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back in the new costume. Alright, looks good. We're gonna have to switch from George R.R. Martin to a couple of these old college textbooks that I have here. Ooh. Maybe I can use some of these old Disney cookbooks that we're going to do another video on eventually. This is going to be Cooking with Mickey Around Our World. It's going to be some future stuff that we do. Here we go. GRE books. Anybody wants their masters? Okay, so now we got a little bit bigger of a base. All right. Okay, we are back. I'm gonna take this laptop. I'm gonna stick it more like this. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the lighting and what it's doing over there, but it's interesting. So another aspect of this is that I'm taking this light and I'm, oh no, that was supposed to be like that. I'm taking this light and I am making it look like the light is coming from inside the soup. The light is coming from inside the soup. Suit, not soup. Okay, I think this looks good. Get the microphone here. Now the final question is, I'm going back and forth on this. There's a key light that I have for the studio. I don't think I want to use that. I think I want to keep it exactly like this. That was good to me. When we record, it'll be like this. And one of the other things too is that when I was recording last time, I kept like, even just the slightest movement really ruined the shot. So I'm gonna do two things here. Let's get this as close as we can without getting the boom mic in the shot. It doesn't matter, we're gonna rotor that out anyways, actually. So I'm good with having that right there. And this pop filter, all of this stuff, this is a, it's not an Omni mic, this is just this mic is only picking up sound coming from me. So this is gonna help also with the AC noise. Okay, now, I'm gonna finish writing the script. I'm gonna switch to the beginning about when I wake up and talk to my situation. When I wake up and talk about my situation, I'm gonna be more of like a system update requested. Request system update. Request system update. Like that. Because I'm gonna say that I'm gonna have my wife do a voiceover and be like, warning, warning, warning. And then that's gonna be like what wakes me up, or what wakes the character up. Warning, warning. And I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna say, request system update. Okay. Request system update. And I'm gonna say, well, at this point, I'm gonna say something like, at this point I'm basically just recording Sorry, I'm being very quiet right now because I'm kind of in thought here. So what I'm just kind of switching the script up a little bit again, and this part probably is going to get edited out of that video anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm making some minor changes to the script so it flows a little bit better, and I want to have a little bit more emotion in my performance. So I'm kind of like changing the script just a little bit on some things. And getting rid of like the can't touch my eyes part and torture, I think that would probably be better for like up at the beginning. And I'm trying to, like, at the beginning of the story, I'm trying to set it up, you know, like, let you know, like, let the viewer know, like, hey, this guy has been trapped in space. There's a bad accident happened. His crew can't find him, you know, and then the rest of the script is supposed to be about him coming to grips with his reality, his mortality. Like, he's about to find out that he's dying, like, and there's no hope anymore, is the point of the script. So I put a warning also at the beginning of the movie to let people know that it deals with a very mature situation and that it's not intended for young audiences. And then, you know, it's up to parents to decide for their kids at that point. I'm just changing my notes here also so that I can And I'm also going to say the hardest part about all of this is that they don't get to have a funeral. They don't get to see my face and say goodbye one last time. Alright, I'm happy with the script. I like it. I do have to pee, but I'm going to kind of be uncomfortable in the moment because it's going to add to the fact that my character's uncomfortable. Okay, so now I want to fix this, but that's not costuming, man. This guy got all messed up, right? He's out and he went through a tragedy and like he got separated from his crew, so I'm going to leave it all like this. We're going to hit record, and here we go. go? Oh, let me turn my phone off too. Let me check my battery levels on the camera, all this kind of good stuff. Make sure there's no. Oh, and I need to turn Audacity on. Not Audacity. Adobe Audition. For the microphone. And get a mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm gonna turn my watch off also, so it doesn't illuminate and cause any extra lighting. Mic check 1 2 1 2. On the mic, here we go. All right, let's record this biatch. Drifting. VO. Take 1. Oh no, this is scene 1. Scene 1. Take 3, I believe. Scene 1, take 3. Action. I'll say that before I get on there. And you can, I don't know if you can see it on there too, but look, like I changed the color of my background to blue on this one, and now my gray beard has a little more of a blue tone, which is cool to me. Like, this is awesome looking at this stuff. And you know what else works about this for me is that my nose is kind of like crooked, so I feel like that adds to like, oh, there's an accident, I got a busted nose. Like, I feel like that adds a lot to it. Test 1 2. That's too loud. Let's check the gain and we'll turn it down, and then we'll see if it gets better or better at all. It has not. Am I hitting the wrong button? What are you doing, gain? Are you? I am loud. That's too loud. I guess when I get emotional, I have to turn this thing away. That's as loud as I can go. Why is, I guess you could turn, I could change the dB in this. This general voice is okay, but what if I get louder and angry and I can't yell anyways? What? So what I'm doing right now is testing audio levels. And I know, I'm sorry, I know that I can't sing. It's not good. But I'm testing the audio levels because I know that when I recorded this the first time, there was one scene and I did it and it was just like, blah, and it got, you know, that garbled sound that it gets when you get to the peak of your levels. I'm happy with the voice recording, and I'm not even though. I think it's too loud, like, because when I use this generally, I'm like this, and I'm speaking directly into it, and I don't have to talk so loud because I'm just doing voiceover work, and that's perfect. But this, I don't know why the audio gain's not working. I would very, very, very much like, I would very, 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 I would very, 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 I would very, 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 very much like, I would very much like that to be lower. Why? Whatever. Maybe it's the lowest it'll go. Let me hit stop on this. We're gonna delete all that. We're gonna lower the audio, the dBs on this, and see if that helps. That didn't do anything. Test 1 2, test 1 2. That's just regular talking. Hey, whoa! See, that peaked. It peaked, and when you play that back, it's gonna sound like garbage. Garbage. Let me see. See, and then like when you peak, it doesn't matter. It's like blowing out highlights on your pictures. Like, it just doesn't do anything for you. So if there's any audio engineers out there, they'll tell you, or if they're watching, they will listen to this and be like, yeah, Dave, you're absolutely right, man. You can't have your audio levels peak because that sounds like garbage. I don't know how to adjust it with, like, I do have the internet. I could look it up right quick. Adobe Audition. Adjust mic dB. This one. Video unavailable. Let me see. Whoa!
Russell from Music Radio Creative.
Ooh, this guy's good. Mike Russell, if there's... Okay. Like, alright, so people watching this video will be wanting to know how I made something. And if you are an audio person and you want to know all about, like, voiceover work, when I was learning how to do voiceover work and setting the audio levels right, this guy is really good. His name is Mike Russell. Go give him a subscription.
Live stream where we talk about everything to do with audio. So the first thing I would do when I open Adobe Audition is I would go over to the preferences and audio hardware first of all, and make sure the correct inputs and outputs are selected. So in this case, I have a mixing desk, which again introduces different things. Like I've got gains and faders.
You know what?
That I can work with. But yeah, you choose whatever.
That explains it
all.
all.
Be a built-in microphone,
hey,
whatever.
so
some microphones.
see, look, he solved my problem in 2 seconds. I should have known that. I wasn't even using that. I don't know, for some reason it was using the internal microphone. Now, let's try and hit record again. I'll bet you the audio levels are all the way down on this. Yeah, see, like now I gotta turn the levels back up on this guy. Test 1 2, 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 test 1 2. Okay. Let's see how that sounds, huh? Anyways, sorry about that. Alright, you're gonna hit all and delete it. I know they're looking at the waveforms, so that'll be good. Okay. Like test 1 2, test 1 2. Okay, and I'm going to leave this alone and get an audio gate now. Or a noise level, noise reduction. Which I'll shut up in a second. That should be one other tip for you guys also. When you're recording, if your mic is super hot, you're going to pick up a lot more of the ambient noise too that's in the room. So like I said the other day when I was talking about the air conditioning, in this room is right next to the air conditioning for the house is right next to this room. So when it clicks on, it goes that, and you can hear it if the mic is too hot. And that's what this one was doing. It's supposed to be a directional boom mic, which means it's like just one direction, cardiac at me. But instead, or cardioid at me, sorry. I was talking about nurse stuff. Cardioid at me, but it's, for some reason, this is like an omnidirectional shotgun mic. I don't know. I mean, I bought it a long time ago before I knew it was happening, and I don't think that that's really what we're supposed to be using. So I'm gonna stop this. I recorded over that whole thing, and we're gonna do one more where we're just being quiet. This is Drifting, Scene 1. Well, it's the only scene. Drifting, Scene 1, Take 3. Action. Request system update. Request system update. Looks like it's getting hard to breathe too. Request oxygen level update. Request battery power update. Nothing's working. Now I'm getting weak too. I can't even move my arms at this point. I think it's day 4, day 5. I've lost count at this point. Battery's not working anyways. Suit functions are down to nothing. The hardest part about all of this is that I can't touch my face. This gear has been twisted, mangled for 4 days now. I don't know if my collarbone is broken. That accident messed me up. And I'm just drifting out here in this void, staring at this fucking planet just getting smaller and smaller. At this point, I'm basically just recording my own death. I'm hoping that future generations can use it. Future missions can find this. That's the only thing that's keeping me going. I know my crew is looking for me. But at this point, I've accepted that it's just not going to happen. I just hope that whoever finds me, wherever they find me, I hope they can analyze this data and get something good out of this. I miss my family though. I miss my wife. I miss my kids. My wife is so beautiful. She used to get so mad at me when I would burn the chicken on the grill. She always said that I ate too much red meat and I would die of a heart attack. I guess the joke's on you now, baby. I also remember how she would look at the kids with this amazing, stoic, just happiness. It was like she had everything she always wanted. And I had to come back up here. I had to screw it up. I needed to know what was out here. I didn't ever think that I was gonna just be a part of it forever. Who would have thought that I'd learn it's nothing. It's just a blank fucking nothing. And I'm stuck here for all of eternity. The hardest part about this is that they don't even get a funeral. They don't even get to see my face one last time to say goodbye. I love those kids though. I miss them so much. If I could tell them anything right now, it would be that I miss them. I love them. And I would tell them to take it easy on their mom. You know, you spend so much time on Earth hearing about all of these tragedies, about people getting murdered, people getting hit by cars. And then there's the people that die of old age, with their family surrounding them. I feel like they're all pretty lucky at this point. I'm a lost astronaut who will just float in this void of eternity. By myself. I was really hoping to be asleep. Cut. Woo! Jeez, man, this is intense. Being an actor is tough, dude. I don't know how they do it. Crazy. Anyways, that was... Let's get it down in post again. Let's cut on camera 1. Cut on our music. Or not our music, but I'm trying to do the whole thing in one take, so this is nuts, man. I love this. Is so much fun to me. Anyways, I'm going to I'm gonna go get another SD card to take my audio down to hook it up with this. I'm gonna get it in post. I'm gonna watch it on one more time. If I'm back up here for another take, then there you go. There was like 1 or 2 lines that I messed up that I don't know if I really liked. But I'm gonna go check it out in post again, and we'll see how it goes. I think this one's gonna be way better. Alright. Turn that off. That's intense, man. The labored breathing and like all that other kind of stuff. Like, whew. We'll find out.